Alright, so I'm heading out to the workshop to film an episode of what I carry every day. Knives, flashlights, wallets, that kind of stuff. So, hope you enjoy or learn something. Alright, so this is my first knife. I mean, I've owned other knives, but when I really started to carry a knife, this was my first one. This is a Gerber Paraframe. I think it's the Paraframe 1. It's got these holes in it. It's relatively inexpensive. I think it's $20. This one I think is called the Fine Edge. And I don't really like it because everything gets caught on your pants. I realize that I don't like this on the knife that sticks out. So when you put that in your pocket and then you go to pull it out, this is wider and it catches on your pants. It hits your knuckles. It's just, I don't like these little tabs that come on the blades. And then this knife is also a tip down. So when this is in your pocket and your pants pocket comes up to here, then the tip is down. I'm a tip up guy. When I pull it out of the pants, I want to be able to flip it open like this, and you're not able to do that with this knife. So, and then this one's getting older, so it doesn't open all the way, but it's got a little clip here that you clip open to close it. So not really a fan of this one, but I always keep it around. Then the next one that I bought, this has those tabs on it as well. You can, on the blade, you can see it doesn't stick out too much past the thickness of the knife, but still this catches on your pants, and this one is a tip up. So between these two, there was many reasons I didn't like this one. I bought this one. It was relatively cheap. This is called a Bear Edge. I can't even find this on Amazon. I think I bought it in a Walmart or something like that for 15-20 bucks. Not much, but it opens and closes really nice. With your thumb you can flick that tab. There's nothing on the back to be able to flick it open. It's lightweight. This material is not very heavy, but it is nice in your pocket. It is nice to carry. It's a blade that you can just cut whatever you want with it and not feel bad about tearing it up. But this is when I realized that I like the tip up version. Now this is just a common opinel, I think is how you pronounce it. This is the number 8 on Amazon. This is 20 bucks. So what I like about this is it's real good for opening letters and cutting small stuff. It's not a great knife to like carry in your pocket. There's no clip to be able to put it on your pants. This thing, you can see it just spins open, and then that allows you to open it, and then you can spin it back, and that locks it in place so it doesn't cut you. And then I don't know if you can tell how thin this blade is. You can actually not bend it, but you can cut letters and real thin stuff real easy, which, you know, most of us use knives to open letters and boxes and stuff anyway. But I got this one. And then these two are really what I've been carrying for the last 2 years. They're really cheap knives compared to like the big name brand. These are common on Amazon. So this one my mother-in-law bought me, and this is the Kaiser Assassin. So I've really grown accustomed to carrying this one. This one though, instead of pushing the thing here, you have your button that you open and close with. So it locks, you push that button, and then it doesn't lock down here, so you can open it without pushing that button, but that button is what releases it to close. And I find myself carrying this one all the time, and I really like this back button that opens it. Now when I first got this one, my mother-in-law got me this one a couple Christmases ago. I watched all these YouTube videos and they were opening it really easy and really quick. When I first got it, it was tight. But over a couple months it started getting real loose, and it's, you know, how I like it now. So I do find myself sometimes going to push the lock to close it and have to remember the buttons there, because I got a couple other knives that you don't push the button, you have the unlock that's here in the center. So I really like this one. And then this year my mother-in-law for Christmas got me this Kershaw. This is Olive Dab, I think is the color. I'm not sure what the name of the knife is, but this says 1660OL. I really like this knife. It's real thin and lightweight. It doesn't sit in your pocket very deep. So if you look at this one, this opening goes all the way up to the top. So when it's in your pocket, only a little bit is sticking out. Where this one, you can see if your pocket is going to go to here, you got all this knife sticking out above your pocket. So that's one thing that I'm not a fan of this, but I find myself carrying it all the time. It's a good knife, good sharp knife. The other thing is it has this lock down here. So when you push this closed, it pushes a thing in front of the blade so the blade won't open. I did not like that at first, but now I've tightened it a little bit and I can leave it open if I want to just open it, and then if I want to put it on safe, then I can push it closed. When I first got it, it was real loose and it was always falling in the lock position. I like being able to leave it open when it's in my pocket. And then the other thing is it's got these tabs on the side that I don't like. However, these are huge on this knife, and this Gerber knife, it's even bigger than the side, so I don't like that. However, on this one, it sits inside the frame of the knife, so it doesn't stick out that much. So it's never hitting my knuckle, it's never cut me. So I don't mind this anymore now that I have this knife, as long as it fits inside this and it's not always hitting your thumbs and catching on stuff in your pocket. And then this one opens up, and I really like the shape of this blade. So it comes to this fine point, and it's really good. It's really sharp out here to be able to cut intricate stuff. So if I really need to like whittle something, where on these other knives the end of the blade is not that sharp, it doesn't come to as much of a point. And this blade has been sharp ever since I got it, so it's got like a really fine point to it. Now these are the knives that I'll switch to pretty frequently, but I honestly, this one just came out of my pocket. I find myself carrying this one the most. Now if you compare this to all the rest of these knives, it's a whole lot bigger. It's really heavy too, like really heavy. This one came off of Amazon, Crescent. If you look up Crescent on Amazon, I'll put a link to all these in the description. But this knife is really big. If we take this, you know, you can see the blade is even longer. And it opens and closes here. It is extremely heavy. You can see how much thicker it is. So if you like a really heavy knife, now this right now on Amazon is only 14-15 bucks. Like for a knife that you can carry every day, I find myself putting this in my pocket all the time. If I'm wearing jeans or heavier pants, this will, you know, hold better in those. If I'm wearing dress pants or something like that, I'll throw this small knife or a smaller knife that, you know, stays in, you know, tighter fitting pants. But if you're wearing like work pants or jeans, I always grab this knife. It's real heavy duty, it's thick. If I drop it, I don't feel like I'm gonna break it or dent it, and it really like fits in your hand. You can see here with the blade sticking out, where these other ones, you know, some of them are smaller and they're not as big in your hand and don't feel like you have a really good grip. So I really like this one. Now in the order that I bought these is like this. So started with some knives, trying to figure out what I wanted. Just got a knife that's, you know, real common, older style. And then when I bought this one, you know, I started looking for bigger knives. And so these three right here is really what I carry these days. I don't really carry these anymore. But I keep them around, keep them in my workshop. Now when it comes to everyday carry, I always thought it was silly when I see people carrying flashlights, but now if I don't have a flashlight on me, I'm like lost. It's interesting when you start carrying it how much you miss it when you don't have it in your pocket. So this is called Olight, This is the S2R Baton 2. This is 1100 lumens or 1150 lumens. It's pretty bright. $61. When we're having a fire in the driveway or something, I'll use this to find the kids when they're running around in the dark. You push the button here a couple times and it gets darker. You push it once and it's, or brighter, I'm sorry. One time makes it, pretty bright. You can do a strobe. There's tons of reviews out there on this, so I'm not gonna go over it, but it's fairly small. If I hold it up to these knives, you can see it's pretty tiny. And then on the back it has a magnet. So if you're working on something, you can stick it to your car hood or whatever. So it is a little bit thicker, but it's pretty small. And then this is designed where you can put it on the bill of your hat. They make a shorter one that fits on a hat better. This is kind of too long for the bill of a hat, but you can use it for that. But really, really like this. But this one is $61 now. When I bought it, I think it was closer to $190, something like that. And this might be one that my mother-in-law got me too. This is a knife and a flashlight every year is what I ask for, and I constantly use them. So it's a great gift to give to somebody or to get for yourself. But I saw a YouTube review on this one, and I actually find myself carrying this a whole lot more. You can see the size difference, super light. You can see some of the wear and tear on the side of this where it sits next to my knife in my pocket. I ran this one through the washing machine before on accident. So it's pretty durable. I'd say water resistant. I don't know if it's waterproof, but it still works. This one is rechargeable by a micro USB. You pull that out, and then you can also turn this on, and when you do this, it narrows the beam a little bit. I usually just keep it like this. And this one's got two settings. You can do like a lighter and a brighter by just pushing it. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. And then this is chargeable, so it has a chargeable battery. So is this one. This has a magnet charger that goes on the back, comes with it. But both of these flashlights. This one is called the Streamlight Micro Stream. This is only 250 lumens. This is a little over 1,000. So considerable difference in brightness. But this one is $61 right now. This Streamlight is $32. So half the price. And I find myself carrying this one more because it just fits in your pocket and disappears, which I like. And while we're kind of talking about everyday carry, I also have my wallet here. This is just a minimalist wallet. I think it's Roco, R-O-C-O. I switched from a regular wallet down to this, and this just fits in your pocket. If you're going to be carrying knives and a flashlight and keys, like reducing this. Now, you can't carry all the cards. I see some people carrying big fat wallets, but I like being able to put this wallet in my front pocket instead of my back pocket, and then nothing's in my back pockets. I'm not sitting on anything. And then I just keep what I need with me. My license, one or two cards, insurance card maybe, and then everything else is going to be on your phone, which I prefer. So I don't want to pull any of my cards out, but there's this rubber band that goes around it. Sometimes I'll stick cash inside here if I'm carrying that, but really like this. Now this one is an RFID blocking aluminum. I bought the plastic one before. It's a little bit cheaper, but this is only 15 bucks. So it's not like this one's a whole lot more expensive. 15, 20 bucks. There's all kinds of them out there. This is ROCO, Roco, I guess it is. But I bought a couple of these now, and I really like them. Then when it comes to keys, I've really minimalized my keys too. So I got my house key, my car key, and then my key fob. And I've switched to this. I have another set of keys that is for my wife's vehicle, and I got these big rings that go on there. And it's real easy to just put it in your hand and around your finger. And it's more comfortable than these other things that go around your keys. So I still have to have that on there, but it's nice to be able to just throw this in my hand, and then my keys don't fall out of my hands easy, and I just like that. And then it's minimalist. Now, for my business, we have a storage unit, and I got all kinds of keys, and I probably got 25 keys on that, and I just keep that separate because 80% of the time I'm going somewhere, I just throw these in my pocket, a knife, a flashlight, my wallet, and then I go. If I'm going to the storage unit or doing something for the business, then I'll grab those extra keys, and then I got this big set of keys. But most of the time you're not doing that. You're just throwing this stuff in your pocket. And if you're going to every day carry all this stuff and, you know, a pew-pew, then you want to minimize some of this other stuff so your pockets aren't weighing your pants down. So that's what I grab every day when I leave. I say I got my wallet, my knife, my flashlight, my keys, anything else I can buy. So don't know if it's right, but that's the way that we do it.